get to go on Facebook, everywhere else. Right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I appreciate everybody that's joining in, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. I love you guys. I appreciate the support, and I'm here for you guys. So every week, if you guys are just tuning in, I go over a lot of different things. One, therapy of the week of what we do at Titan Medical Center. So it's a therapy that I'm highlighting, that we offer for our patients that can help in a number of different ways, right? We have different therapies for different things. And we do everything with preventive and anti-aging medicine, from hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptides, healing peptides, weight loss peptides, sexual peptides. We also do blood work nationwide, libido enhancers, like I said, for males and females too as well. Everything you could possibly think of that's going to make you feel better, look better, and perform better. That's what Titan Medical Center can do for you. Our medical providers are here to customize a personalized regimen for you to hit the goals that you're trying to achieve specifically. And don't worry, guys. If you guys aren't here in Tampa, Florida, we got you. We service nationwide. So that's right. Wherever you guys are at in the United States, Titan Medical Center can help you feel your best every single day. And that's what it's all about. Quality of life, enjoying your time while you're on this beautiful planet we call Earth, and at that point, being able to be successful in all the ways that you want to be. That's what the true American dream is for me, right? To feel the best, work the best, and be my best with my partner and with my family. So maybe you guys share those priorities. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you guys have different ones that you guys are trying to achieve. That's cool too. So it's all about you guys and what you guys are trying to do. So big shout out to Nubiek, 68512, Miss Childers, Andrew NYC, Jimbo Hauser, Laura Mounts, JZ33, Chows 518, 7 others, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Capticum, Huck, Lorena, what's going on? Best thing for broken bones. All right, so I'm going to cover all your questions. So if you guys have questions about some of the things that we do, or maybe you're trying to achieve some goal, let's talk about it. And let's give some different information to help you guys out. So best thing for broken bones. All right, so we don't have something that's going to heal or stimulate bone growth, right? But there are some different things you can do, right, for healing purposes. And that would be, one, to hopefully raise IGF-1 levels or give a growth hormone-releasing peptide therapy. This can help with healing all the way around, not just with, making the bone grow faster. This won't do that, but it will help your body repair faster. And that might help the bone growth a little bit more. Depending on what bone you broke, it really depends on how long it's going to take for you to heal. But I do know this. Any patient that has broken a bone, went through surgery and such, has usually used our healing peptides like BPC 157 or TB 500. Now, these things will help the body repair itself in a lot of different ways. It's not going to mend a broken bone, but it could expedite the healing process, and that's what a lot of patients use it for. So that's what you could use it for too as well. I've had my collarbone broke. I've had my nose broke. Luckily, had no other bones break in my body. And collarbone was the worst for me. So I don't know what bone you have broke, but for me, nose was one thing, right? It hurts a little bit and then it's fixed. It goes on a little bit and you're done. Breathing afterwards, I've had my nose broke, I think 3 or 4 times. It's a little bit, messed up in there, capillary wise and all that. Weak capillaries, blood, it is what it is. But collarbone, that was the worst for me. And let me tell you why. Because when you have your collarbone broke and it's not a compound fracture, that means the bone doesn't come through the skin. They let it mend, okay? So you're sitting there and you have this brace, and that's all you do. There's no casting, there's no nothing. And they put you in this brace, and basically they tighten your shoulders all the way back so, you would heal correctly, right? Well, it sucks because you got to sleep on your back the entire time. And I'm like a stomach sleeper or a side sleeper, so that was a pain in the butt for me. So I don't know what you've done, but I do know that back then, obviously don't smoke, don't drink or anything like that. That's going to slow down the healing process. If you do these things, you've got to counterbalance it or counteract it with something that's going to help, speed up the process. But I do know there's a machine that they do have that will expedite bone growth, right? If it's not healing like it should, I know they have this machine that they can put on the areas, and it does help the bone grow faster. So that's just a little tip from me to you. Julian, what's going on? Strength Addicts, what's up? Christian, how you doing? I am Isabel Fuentes. I love it. What's going on, Isabel? Ohio boy down south. Shakaville alive. what's going on? GPS modeling page, what's going on? How you doing, man? Amanda Kali, Mexican Superman, excuse me. Regulator MMA, what's going on? RB Diver, Stunning Blonde, how you doing? Ramon Santiella, Colin Koo, what's going on? B Hat Mon MD, what's going on? I appreciate it. So we have an MD in here supposedly. Kaja Gus Prime, what's going on? Ephraim Vargas, Gigio Guerrero said, I'm very interested. Let me know what you're interested in. We can talk about maybe some therapies or what you're trying to get into. Was it hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss? You want to perform better in the bedroom with libido enhancers? Please let me know. The ETA, Odie Chris, X Slim, Biz, what's going on? Munt, what's going on? How you doing? Drooling, pellets. So we don't do pellets. So let's talk about it. Pellets are definitely not a good way to go if you're trying to get hormone replacement therapy. Now, in theory, they sound real great. You go into the office, you get a pellet inserted in you, and you don't have to come back for 3 months. No injections, no creams to rub on, no nothing. But this is the problem with pellets, okay? And a million people start off, they're like, oh, like pellets are working great for me. And then it's like, uh-oh, pellets aren't working so good for me. Let's talk about it. So pellets, when you get them inserted in, what happens is your body starts absorbing. And different people might absorb these pellets in different ways, right? So some might absorb it faster, some might do it slower. But what happens? So we insert all these megadose of pellets in you. So at that point, what happens? Your hormones spike, right? And you might start feeling better automatically right off the bat. The first week, first two, you're like, oh, this is good. But it's really into your second or third month when you're not starting to feel good. And then if you keep going, there might be some negative things that start happening. So with this, when you start out, your levels are skyrocketed. This is not good, right? I mean, you want to get them up for sure, want to get them to optimal levels, but we want to control where they're going to go. At that point, what happens is they start coming down. Over your time period, in the 3 months, they start coming down. And then you start feeling not as good as they started coming down. And then you're waiting, you're begging, you're like, all right, I need to get my pellets back in. And at that point, some of your different hormone levels could be off. And this is important to test, like estrogen levels, right? Your estradiol as a male. This is something you want to look after to make sure that you're not converting too much testosterone into estrogen, because this could be a problem for you in the future when it comes to being irritable, being sensitive, or crying over things you might not cry over. Fat deposits on the body, putting fat deposits on there, and then gynecomastia. So you don't want man boobs, right? This is not something that a man wants to get. We want females to have boobs. We want to have a chest as a male, okay? And what happens is if you keep the estrogen high, and yes, we don't want to kill all the estrogen. We want that at a good level, at a balanced level. But if it's high or out of range, real high, and stays like that, this happens, basically what happens at that point is tissue starts to grow. And it'll start to grow in these areas, like underneath the chest area, the pecs. So when people flex, you can see a pocket, or you start feeling a lump underneath the nipple. And those things don't go away. I've seen different medications out there, different people, claiming that there's, these different medications out there that can help gynecomastia get rid of it. It's not true. Gynecomastia can flare up though, right? So if you have gynecomastia and you're taking anabolic steroids or testosterone, whatever it may be, and you're not taking a blocker, this can convert an estrogen and it flares things up. And then the nipples start getting a little bit more puffier possibly. And at that point, the gyno can get bigger, it feels like. And then when you have to take these different medications, it'll slowly bring down the flare and shrink the area a little bit. So it's not getting rid of it. It's controlling it. And it's not even controlling it all the way because it's still there. And you still might have an aesthetic issue with looking at it, right? So at this point, you want to make sure that you're controlling what these hormones are doing. That's why I don't think pellets are a good choice for anyone out there. Girls, guys, because once they insert them, you're on the ride. You're on the roller coaster. There is no going back. So if you don't like those raised ups and dips, you're definitely not going to like pellets. And people have had problems with pellets in the past with popping out. Are you serious right now? I mean, popping out and then having to go back in and get inserted? No way. No way. And the issue there is this. If your hormones are out of whack, you have to wait till those hormones are absorbed in the body and the pellets are done. If you're on an injection or a cream or a sublingual troche you can put in your mouth, you can adjust that dose at any single time, any given point. and make sure that we're dialing in correctly so you're feeling your best without any of the negative symptoms that come along with hormone replacement therapy. And using pellets is probably the worst way to do it. I'd rather see somebody be on a cream or a gel, sublingual, because they don't want to do an injection, but injection is the best, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys. You will feel a substantial difference when you do an injection to doing a cream, a gel, or sublingual. But some people have phobias of using needles. That's okay. And a lot of those people really do work their way up to doing the injection. They might start at a cream or a gel or a sublingual, and they get starting to feel better. And they're like, man, all right, I want to feel really good. I want to feel my optimal self. And that's when they will go to the step of the injections and then start getting comfortable with that because, the injections, nobody wants to inject themselves. I've been injecting myself with prescribed testosterone replacement for over 12 years. So at that point, I had to do 2 injections a week. I don't like doing the injections. I don't like being like that, but it gives me the benefits. And once I get those benefits and feel those benefits, I want to make sure my levels are maintained. And that's what you need to do, right? You need to be consistent with whatever medications or therapy you're taking to see how you're truly reacting, how you're truly feeling. Dan Wheeler in the house. Big shout to Dan. Dan had a birthday this weekend that I didn't get to wish him happy birthday. I'm sorry, Dan. But here is your birthday shout out. We love Dan Wheeler. He is tight and strong all day, every day. Definitely part of my crew and my family here. So I want to give him a big shout out because I feel bad because I did miss his birthday. I didn't know it was his birthday. And then I seen it online today. And I'm like, oh, man, I missed Dan's birthday. I was like, I don't feel right about that. Dan, we still have a Christmas present for you too waiting. So at that point, we need to see it. I need to give it to you. All right, so Black Dodge CEO, what's going on, man? I hope all is well. Need something for energy. X Slim Vibes. Okay, so energy. This is real simple and real easy. We've got our ECA Stack Plus. It's a capsule. Right? We make different doses of this for people that are sensitive to stimulants. So whether you have a high sensitivity to stimulants or a low sensitivity to stimulants, we have something for you. And this will definitely give you a boost of energy every single day, mental clarity increased, right? Focused. And then it's also going to help with fat burning. So at that point, you're getting a triple ripple effect here, right? It's it's the way to go when you want to be on point. Don't use energy drinks. That is the worst stuff out there, guys. I'm actually going to report on one thing here as far as for hair loss with sugary drinks and energy drinks. These are horrible things, right? They might have a little bit of caffeine in there or some other substitute, but at that point, they're not going to be the best because they have all this other garbage in there. They're carbonated. They have all these other different ingredients that you don't need. You don't want to have. So the ECA Stack Plus only has ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. And that's all you're going to get. No other garbage fillers. Nothing that's going to put glucose in your bloodstream or store fat in your body. And that is really what you want to do. Because even with energy drinks, you're going to build up a tolerance. Now, ECA Stack Plus, I've been taking them every single day for at least 6 or 7 years now. Now, I switch up between the blue and whites, and then there is one step up from there. And it just all depends what you got going on that day. But one a day, and you can't take 2 of these a day. So if you need to take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, right before your workout starts, you can do that too. And there's no use for pre-workouts at that point. You don't have to take in these things that are going to make you jittery, make your skin itch, make your stomach gargle, and make you go to the bathroom before you have to work out. That is not an optimal feeling and not the way you should be training or doing activities or using this stuff that can be blowing your blood pressure straight up through the roof or having other effects on your kidneys or your liver, right? This is something with the ECA Stack Plus you don't have to worry about, and you're going to get the clean energy, you're going to get good mental focus, and you're going to get fat burning along with it. There's nothing better on the planet, in my opinion, than an ECA Stack Plus for energy. And there's nothing out there that I've seen that's comparable the way that it makes you feel, and it's not a bad feeling, not like your heart's jumping out of your chest. When I talk about ECA Stack Plus and a capsule for fat burning, a lot of people, they go right to over-the-counter fat burning supplements. And these things do not have what an ECA Stack Plus in it. And at that point, they are overdone with stimulants and other things in there that are not going to make you feel good and not going to make you be optimal. I know a lot of people that have had bad experience with over-the-counter fat burners, and they're very scared when I talk about the ECA Stack Plus. But then I say, listen, let's try this route, right? and then see how you feel. And at that point, once they do, and it's the dose that they need, they feel great, and they're calling back and they say, thank God, because I was really worried about taking this therapy, and I've took it, and I feel great on it. Thank you, John, or thank you, medical staff here at Titan Medical Center. So it works really, really well, okay? And we've got some other things, but that's one right off the top of my head. Javi 5.0, I want to get swole. Well, we can definitely help you get swole in a lot of different ways with therapies, and the healthy way. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people can gain weight, right? Or a lot of people can lose weight. But is it going to be the healthy way, right? Are you going to put on muscle the healthy way? And there's a lot of different things out there that you can do to do this with us as far as therapy-wise. So if you are interested in getting swole, or you want to lean up, or whatever it may be, we can help you out. All you guys got to do is call or text us at 727-389-3220. The medical staff would be happy to walk you through all the steps in the process, which aren't very many. And at that point, get you going and get you on that path to getting swole the healthy way, right? And that's what it's all about. Kaji Gus Prime, what's going on, bro? I hope all is well. Dan Wheeler, I appreciate you as ever. Dan Wheeler bought a badge. I appreciate it. And you guys, I don't want you guys to feel like you have to, but if you do want to, the badge is awesome. It helps Instagram's algorithm say, listen, these guys are pushing out great content. All right, so I appreciate it. All right, James Comos, what's going on? 51 app, how you doing? How do test blood work if in California? Easy. So we have a ton of patients that are in California. I am Isabel. All right, so Isabel, we have a ton of patients in California, New York, Texas, all around the United States. We got literally patients in every state except for Idaho. But with this, it's real simple and easy. You'd call up, right, or text us and say, listen, I want to get the blood work, the full panel for a female. Or if you want to get it for a male friend or your husband or boyfriend, whatever it is, you just call or text, say, listen, I want to get this panel done. We're going to get some information from you, like some demographics, like your name, your address, email address, phone number. We'll get the payment for the blood work. And then we will send you over a prepaid lab requisition slip and the lab to go to, okay? So let's just say we send you over the lab slip once you paid for it, and we say, hey, listen, LabCorp, and you just type in your zip code in that area, and it'll take you right to the LabCorp that's nearest to you. All you have to do when you go into the LabCorp, you don't owe them any more money. You've already paid us for the labs, so that's taken care of. You don't have to show an insurance card or anything else. All you have to do is bring your state identification and your lab slip, and at that point, they're going to draw your labs. We're going to get the results expedited for you. We'll have the results in 3 to 4 business days, tops. At that point, we can go over some of the results with you briefly with our medical assistant. She can say, hey, listen, this is what the provider kind of checked off for us to mention to you. And then if you want, get you scheduled for your medical consultation to go over the labs with the medical provider and then get personal recommendations from the provider on what would be best for you if you want to do that. If you just want to get the lab results, that's not a problem either. You go in, you get your labs, we get them back to you, and then you have your labs. So it's a real simple and easy process across the board. And we've been doing this for 10 and a half years. You know, I'm really proud of that because there's not a lot of companies out there in my space, this realm, that has been around for that long. It's really, really a rare thing. So you know we're conservative and you know we're doing things the right way. Health is number one priority with us across the board. OG Grim, what's going on? Your service dog is awesome. She seems so well behaved. She is, man. Sasha is awesome. Pete, what's going on? How you doing? David Skin, what's going on? Are there peptides that are safe for breastfeeding moms? So there might be peptides. I mean, listen, these peptides would probably be safe for a breastfeeding mom, but we would never recommend any therapies for a breastfeeding mom. We just want to make sure that nothing happens, and we got to take all the precautions necessary for this. But when you're done with breastfeeding, I mean, we can definitely help in so many different ways to help you, right? All right, so does fasting really help with weight loss and testosterone? So fasting can help with weight loss. I've done intermittent fasting. I wanted to try it because, you know, everybody, that was a big phase a couple of years ago. Like, I heard this. Everybody's like, intermittent fasting is the way to go, right? It'll help with the immune system. It'll help your body start rejuvenating itself. And all these things. So I'm like, listen, I got to try this. Weight loss, definitely. It will definitely help intermittent fasting. Testosterone, I don't know, because I've been on testosterone replacement therapy even when I was doing the intermediate fasting. So I can't really tell you if it's going to increase testosterone or not. Now, usually, I'm going to say, what I would think is probably not. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, it just all depends on the person, I guess, and what's going on, all the different variables there. But intermediate fasting is good for weight loss. But if you're really looking for something for weight loss, like I said, the best thing is going to be is semaglutide or Aries injectable weight loss therapy, YG Lee. That's going to be the best one. It's going to get you results real quick. And with that, I know we talked to you before about clomiphene. I think you're on clomiphene, and when you turn 21, we can go something else, right? All right, so RU5841 for hair regrowth. So Seth Jordan, yes, it is being used for hair regrowth. We don't currently offer for our patients right now. I don't know too many pharmacies, legitimate pharmacies that are making this. I know, there's research and chemical websites out there and stuff like that, but I don't recommend anybody going to this. It just is what it is, because we don't really know the testing on it. We don't know really where it's coming from. The pedigree is another thing. So with the pedigree, when you get some of these different things and you're going to one of these sites, the pedigree is not for human use. It's not for human consumption. That's why every vial has to be labeled like that. But with the therapies that we use and the peptides that we use, the pedigree, the raw materials, they actually are for human consumption. So that's the difference of what I would do. But there are some really, really amazing things that are coming out for hair regrowth right now. So at that point, just stay tuned, because in the next couple of years, I think they're going to be able to, they're taking right now, they're being able to take one single hair, and then they're able to clone more hairs out of one single strand of hair. So think about that. So somebody is almost completely bald. They have one hair on their head. They can take that hair from their head and then reclone that hair, and at that point, and then I guess put them in, right? That's cool. That's cool. Because what happens now, if you guys don't know, somebody goes and they say, all right, cool. I go with the hair club for men, right? That's what they do. I went to hair club for men. That's a good example. And John, I want to get this procedure. They have a FU procedure. It's a follicle something. Basically, a FU is when they don't have to cut a part of your scalp out of the back of your head, because that's what they used to do. They used to grow, or they used to cut a big chunk of your head, your scalp, and back. And what they would do is they would take the hairs from that piece and they would start plugging them in people's heads. And then what happened is they would sew the back of it. So some people had really good jobs done. Some people had really bad jobs done. And the bad jobs done, it looks like the Joker in the back of their head. I'm not joking around. It looks like just like that, like almost like a smiley face in the back of their head. Where FU is where they're basically almost hole punching these follicles, right? And then they're re-putting in the hair into these follicles. So it's a different thing. But what happens is you can do this, right? And some hair usually takes, some hair usually doesn't. And then, you're in this point. Well, they can only do so many strands. I know it's in like Istanbul and stuff like that, they're doing like 3,000 strands per hair job at most. But usually somebody has to come back and maybe get a second treatment if they're really bald. Let's say they have hardly no hair on the head, right? But with that, what happens is if all these hairs don't take or something happens down the line, they're taking these hairs from your head. So your hair in around like the bottom half by your ears, they have more of a tolerance for DHT. That's why you see guys where they have the bald top of their head and then the sides they have a whole bunch of hair, right? And that's because of DHT. But usually they're taking from these areas, so these areas can thin out too as well. So you can only get these transplants so many times, or you're going to run out of hair. Now I know some places out there they're doing transplants with like chest hair, leg hair, and stuff like that. But you're like, all right, cool. I can get rid of some butt hair or some chest hair or whatever. I don't get a problem with that. The problem is that when they take those follicles out, it could leave scars in those areas. So it's just something. So if they can clone hair, that is the best way they're possibly going to do it. All right. Lorena 61809 weight loss injection. How do you see how soon do you see results? So semaglutide or Aries weight loss injectable, usually within the first 2 weeks. In the first 4 weeks, you're definitely going to see some weight moving. Now this, well, obviously there's different things that will expedite results. So if you're taking the Aries injectable weight loss therapy or semaglutide, if you're adding in true lifestyle change, that means you're exercising, you're eating really good, and you're sleeping. you're going to get way better results than the person that doesn't exercise or do any activity, that still stays on the bad diet and doesn't sleep very well. Now, those people lose weight too. So, I hate it to a certain extent. I love it and I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship with semaglutide. I love it because it works so good. I hate it because it works so good. Because at that point, people should change. They shouldn't worry about this. I see one celebrity in the news who is complaining about taking this drug. She lost 20 pounds, but when she stopped taking the drug, she gained back to 20 pounds. Well, the problem was she didn't change anything in her lifestyle. She used that drug as a crutch, which it still worked. But at that point, when you don't have that crutch there, you're going to fall on your face, okay? And that's exactly what happened to her. Gigi Guerrero, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Just got my labs done. Very easy process. Show Killer Live. I appreciate that, man. So it's really simple and easy to get your labs done through Titan Medical Center and to get treated by Titan Medical Center. So it's real simple, real easy process. Kaja Gus, what's up, brother? I hope all is well. Daniel Brown, what's going on? DJ Run, what's going on? A Wild 199, I hope all is well, bro. Mystical Brown Gravy, how you doing? That's a really good question, Miss Childers. What is that question? I want to see. Seth Jordan, my dude, I hope all is well. Like I said, I want to answer that question for you. Chillin' Grant, all right, Foster, how you doing? Man, so many comments. I'm loving it, guys. Thank you guys for the interaction. I appreciate it. IABB Pro, Minimel, what's going on? John, how you doing? Top Tier Tactical, what's up, Antonio? How you doing? Thanks, John, for your time. Drew, no problem. I'm here for you guys. I'm interested in TRT. All right, so for TRT, would you like me to go over what that entails, or just let me know what you want and you're interested in TRT, right? But if you're interested in TRT and you're over 30 years old, a blood test is really going to tell you the true story of what's going on in the body, and that's the first place to start. With us, you're going to do that and then fill out the new patient paperwork. You're going to be good to go.
John Chalmers was the breastfeeding mother questions.
That's a good one for sure.
There's one up here on the screen.
Neil, Crazy Hawk, what's up, brother? I hope all is well. Neil, what's going on? Can you prescribe Anavar, Winstrol, Deca, and Anadrol? I don't know why we want to talk about this, G. Hardy, but we will. No problem, all right? So here at Titan Medical Center, we're not a steroid clinic, right? And what you're talking about here are 4 anabolic steroids. Now, testosterone is an anabolic steroid too, so I don't want to get it confused. Anavar, oxandrolone, so that's the chemical, oxandrolone, right? Anavar is just a commercial name for the product. So oxandrolone is something that can be prescribed. Do we prescribe it a lot here? No. What do you need for Anavar or oxandrolone from us to prescribe it to you? We would need supporting documentation, MRIs, post-surgery just got done, something along those lines, why you need it for a medical necessity. Not for shaping up, hardening up. This is not a good reason, right? We're not going to do that. Winstrol. Or Stanozol. So Winstrol is a commercial name. Stanozol is the chemical name. So Stanozol. So Stanozol was prescribed back in the day for nutrient deficiencies and other things. We don't prescribe it, and I don't see any compounding pharmacies out there that have it. I'm sure it could be done, but we do not do that. There is not a good medical necessity for Winstrol or Stanozol. There's other things out there that are way better. Decadandrolone. So decadandrolone is another drug like Anavar or oxandrolone that can be prescribed if supporting documentation is there for the patient. Anadrol. We don't prescribe Anadrol. Anadrol is something that usually women are supposed to take if they have or they're anemic. And at this point, Anadrol is a mass gainer if you guys don't know. But Anadrol is really, really bad for water retention, high blood pressure, and raising hemoglobin, hematocrit, and red blood cell counts. This can cause dangerous levels of being raised, depending on what the dosage is that's being prescribed. Like I said, this is usually prescribed for women that have anemia. But you see a lot of people out there abusing this drug for mass gains, which there's better things out there, there's healthier things out there that you can do. And we already talked about fasting really help with weight loss. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, we got some good ones for sure. I appreciate all you guys. Sammy, what's going on? Uncle Charlie, my dude, I hope all is well. Ponce D. Smith, what's going on? Daniel G, I hope all is well. Jason, Jim Buzzy, what's going on? Everybody give a big shout out to Dan Wheeler for his happy birthday. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys. Minoxidil is another good one. So it's Seth Jordan. So when we talk about hair regrowth, We make a foam that has 3 major components in it. So one is going to be minoxidil. So, people, if you don't know, minoxidil is Rogaine, right? But we put a higher percentage of minoxidil in the product than you can get over the counter. The other thing, we do finasteride. This is in a foam, so it's topical. It's not oral. So it doesn't affect you like it would if you take it orally. And this could do, I call it the male castration drug, right? If you take it orally, you're at a high risk. I don't care what they say. You're at a high risk for male castration. And I'm not talking about cutting your balls off, but I'm talking about that you won't want to have sex. You won't want to have a relationship with your partner, and you won't even realize it until she says something or he says something. And then you're like, oh man, like it's just gone. It's just gone. I don't know what to say. It's crazy. It's a libido killer. And then Lantrapost. So Lantrapost is the cousin of Latisse, and Lantrapost will help thicken the hair too as well. So minoxidil is there with finasteride to help keep your hair, help regrowth. The Lantrapost is there to thicken it. So that's all in one foam. It's really, really awesome. Esmore, I am Rizzy. What's going on? G Hardy in the house. Pilot, Paballone.
Just want to finish this question.
Sure. Did you do the 16 to 8 fasting? That's the one I'm starting. So I didn't do the 16 to 8 fasting. I did the 12. So I did 12. I did 12 hours of fasting, right? And I'd eat like, I can't remember. It'd be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my first meal. And then I'd wait another like 7 hours or 8 hours like you're doing here. And then I would eat again. So that was kind of what it was. So I was doing 2 decently sized meals for this. And I was just basically fasting at that point. Really, really cool. I took the ECA Stack Plus along with the fasting. So that definitely probably helped a little bit, 100%. So yeah, try the 16 to 8, see how you feel on it, see what it does. But this is something you do for an extended part of time. So, you want to do it for about a month, at least, maybe a little bit longer. You're really intermittent fasting. I did it for a long time. So I did it for probably like 5 or 6 months where I was eating like this. And, obviously I started shredding up a lot faster, which was really, really cool. But it's really up to you and what you're trying to do, right? And at that point, there are some different things out there. But I would encourage you to just try this and see how it goes, right? Be consistent with what you're eating too as well. That's a big one out there. A lot of people aren't. But if you can control and be consistent with that, you can track your results a lot better, okay? M. Gibbs in the house. Marielle in the house. How you doing? Aluga Rose. How you doing? I hope all is well. Ketrazone. Candlelight. Dodgy. Just got my labs done. All right. Big shout out. Johanna Sosa. Man, this is so many. Wow. Any other questions on here? Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Dan Wheeler. Concrete. What's going on? G Guerrero, 47 years old. Okay. It's definitely time for a blood test. And at that point, if you're feeling the symptoms of low testosterone, if you have low energy or lethargic, if you're putting on body fat and can't get it off, if you have foggy thinking, if you're not getting restful sleep at night, if you're losing lean body mass, right? If you're losing muscle, because you will when you get older. I was going to have a topic about this, and I'll talk about it next Tuesday with me. But this is something we need to cover for sure, 100%. So at that point, definitely need to look into the blood test, all right? Here, answer my question. I asked a new one. Okay, all right. Danielle Garner, what's going on? J.S. Martin, what's going on? Jason, how you doing? Epitalon versus Epitalon, what's the difference? There is no difference. There's no difference at all. You'll see like N-L-carnitine or N-acetylcysteine. There's no difference. Epitalon is Epitalon. However, wherever they're doing this they're out there, it's there's no difference. So at that point, I don't know what they're trying to pull on that. Val C, what's going on? J Mac, TKT, John Dutson, Matt B. Does GHKCU help with hair loss? That's copper. So yeah, it does help. There are patients out there that use this for hair loss, and I think it works a little bit. Agreed. Thoughts on energy drinks, liver, and hair loss. D. Gillespie. Stay tuned, because this is one of my topics, brother. You hit this right on the head with my topic, so we're going to get into it, I promise. Williams, what's going on? How you doing? Jay Ruse, Chaos Tons, Christian, what's going on? All right, so let's get into our first topic of the day, the therapy of the week. If you guys have questions about things, Just shoot them down here. When I'm finished with this, I will answer every single one of you guys' questions, I promise. All right, so let's get into it. So it's time to boost your immune system with GSH, which is glutathione. Now, glutathione is an amazing, amazing therapy. It's amazing antioxidant. It's the mother of antioxidants, and it has so many great health benefits for you guys. It's crazy. From boosting your immune system, detoxing your body, raising your overall health, right? Getting rid of free radicals in the body, because we have a lot of free radicals. We ingest toxins. We breathe in toxins. We put EDCs, endocrine disrupting chemicals, on our body. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, think about your deodorant. Think about your lotion that you're putting on. Even me, right? I had to look at my deodorant. And if your deodorant has aluminum in it, it has these different heavy metals in it, this is not going to be good for you. It's disrupting chemicals in the body. If you're getting over being sick, or you are sick currently, or you want to be a preventative from getting sick, this is going to be a great injectable therapy for you. If you're hungover and you want to feel better, this is going to be a great therapy for you. If you know you're going to go out drinking that night, take this therapy before you go out drinking. I guarantee you don't feel as bad the next day. So this is just something that can help you guys out on a daily basis with so many different things. So if you guys are looking for something to help with liver functions, so some people out there have fatty livers. Some people out there have livers that are not working so good. Whether they're taking a supplementation that's making their liver enzymes rise and it become a bad liver for you, not processing fats through it as fast enough, or not helping you as far as filtering some of the things to your body as quick, then at that point, glutathione can help you guys out. If you eat a really bad diet, a lot of fast food, fried foods, this can be linked directly with a fatty liver, is what general practitioners call it. And at that point, with glutathione, you can take down liver functions and make a reversal change in the fatty liver. It's really, really an awesome therapy. And I've used it ever since I've opened the clinic. And this one is really, really a game changer in so many different ways. So if you guys are looking to get on glutathione, all you guys have to do is call or text us, 727-389-3220. And if you want to start on the new patient paperwork, all you have to do is go to the website. The first thing you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. After that, we will get it automatically when you submit it, and we'll call you or contact you to get you set up with a medical provider appointment to get glutathione. This does not require blood work. A lot of our therapies do not require blood work unless it's hormone replacement therapy, and that's pretty much about it. Maybe vitamin D. And other than that, all you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork, see the medical provider, and you're good to go with ordering your therapies. How many grams and how often for GSH? How many grams? All right, so you don't have to. Maybe you're saying milligrams. So milligram wise, 200 milligrams. You want to do, and that's per ml. So you're going to take an ml. You can take it as a maintenance 1 to 2 times a week. If you're trying to get down a fatty liver, get over sickness or anything like that, there are protocols that we have in place for certain things. So one might be if you have high liver enzymes, ALT and AST are high on your blood work. At this point, we'll probably have somebody run glutathione for 2 weeks straight every single day. And that will bring down your liver functions, your ALT and AST. They will start trending down and maybe even be back in range. Most people are back in range within 4 weeks. Other people, they come real close to it and they're good to go. They go on one more treatment and they're fine. So at that point, it's really simple and easy to do. Alex Spivey, what's going on? Two Rias, how you doing? Hans Martin, how you doing? If you want to look your best, you need to go with the best Titan Medical. Thank you, Dan Wheeler. Dan hit it right in the head. I appreciate it. What up? How you doing? Your mama, Makam. Can you use blood work from labs my primary doctor ordered? Absolutely. So we can use all the labs that you get done at your primary care doctor. If, 1, they're within 60 days. 2, they're all the tests that we need. If they're not all the tests we need, we can sign you up for the additional test and just charge you a little cost for whatever the single or double test, or whatever it is. But yes, we are able to use other people's labs. At that point, we just want to make sure we have everything we need, and it's within 60 days. So that's a real simple and easy fix for you guys. So if you guys want glutathione, call or text us, fill out new patient paperwork on titanmedicalcenter.com. If you guys want to know more about it, just hit me up. I will be happy to go over this with you guys. All right, so new study shows energy drinks can cause hair loss in men. Very, very interesting here. So this study was done on 1,000 people. And I believe it was between 18 years old and 45 years old. I'd have to look exactly what it was.
You're right.
Oh, thank you. All right, awesome. So 18 to 45 years old, 1,000 men, right, is what they looked at with this. Now, with this, they made the men drink at least 3 liters of a sugary drink. So it's not just energy drinks we're talking about. We're talking about sugary sports drinks, a.k.a. Gatorade, all right, Powerade, whatever the other ones are out there. There's probably a ton out there. So at this point, they started looking at this, and they made these guys drink 3 liters of this. And I'm trying to think how long the study went on. It went on for
4 months.
4 months. Okay, so they're required to drink 1 and 3 liters of a sugary drink. So 4 months they drank this, and what happened? Almost 50% of these men started losing hair more frequently, more often, and a lot more as far as volume. So this is something to really look at. It's not just energy drinks. We're talking about sugary drinks that could possibly be damaging the body and helping you lose hair quicker. And this was only done on men. I'm sure that it will result in females just as bad. So at that point, when you're looking to get that energy drink, don't do it. There are other things out there that you guys can take to get yourself energy. Red Bulls, Monsters, all that stuff, they're no good for you guys. I promise you, right? I've been down that path. Before I started Titan, I was drinking like 4 to 6 a day. Couldn't believe it. And I worked myself up from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And it still didn't affect me good. Like, I didn't feel like I filled out an ECA. And I've been taking ECAs for, like I said, 8 years, 7 years, something like that. And I don't feel like a down. Like, I feel good every single time I take it. It's really, really good. So if you are drinking these drinks out there and you're drinking a lot out there, then know that you could be at a greater, higher risk for experiencing hair loss. And the big takeaway from this, moderation is everything. So if you are going to drink these things, drink it in moderation. Don't drink a whole bunch. Don't make it every single drink that you have one of these sugary drinks. Because at that point, you're going to pay the cost one way or the other. Maybe not now, but later. And at that point, you might not want to do that. All right? So would you put the Mountain Dew as energy drink? Does the men could also get fertility issues with energy drinks? I don't know about fertility issues, but I would definitely put Mountain Dew as one of the sugary drinks out there. Any pop that's out there is a sugary drink. I don't care if it's Diet Coke. You still got Splenda in there or Stevia or whatever the hell it is, these substitutes that they do have other studies linking these things to possibly having cancer. So at that point, I'm not dealing with that either, right? If I'm going to drink it, I guess I'm going to drink real sugar. I'm going to drink sugar cane, and that's not the best for you, but it's better than some of these different things that we're intaking, right? So, like high fructose corn syrup. We have all these different substitutes for sugar out there that they thought were going to be better, less inexpensive, and they're worse for us. So you see all these other companies start making the change to sugar cane. And sugar cane is not good for you either. It's still sugar. But at that point, it's better for you than this other substitute. Okay? All right. G3, GL, what's going on? Jungle Juice Poppy, Felicia 25, Nice and Nasty, Danny Vaz, what's going on? One Rodrigo, how you doing? All right, so where is the article? All right, so the article, I'll give you exactly where the article is at.
It's on Classic Rock 1051.
Yep. So it's Classic Rock 1051, right? So if you go to classicrock1051.com, they reported on this study. So you can take a look at it and see what you think. I mean, for sure. I think that's, hey, listen, knowledge is power. The more we learn credible information, the better we're going to be off and the better decisions we can make. So please go check this out. This is why I bring up these articles, because when I read them, I always look for the most interesting article for Titan Talk Tuesdays as far as health-wise. Unless it's something really off the wall that I just got to cover. But health-wise, I try to, focus in on some of these different things. And some of the different things I want studies. I want to see some of these different studies. I eat a lot of fats because I heard it can boost T levels. That is false. Don't eat a lot of fats. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, bro. Don't want to do that. Stay away from the fats. Now, if you stay away from carbs, right, your body will run on either one or two things. It's either going to run on carbohydrates or it'll run on the fats you have in your body, and that's really what you want. You don't want to feed yourself a whole bunch of fats, but you want your body to run on fats. That way it's taking from what's stored. Fats are stored energy. It's stored energy. Your body, when you eat these carbohydrates and stuff like that, it says, all right, cool, we got this, and you know what? We don't know when we're going to get it next, so let's store this because we might need it later when we go hunt. Because that's how our bodies originally were. We were going to hunt for our food. We didn't know if we were going to eat. So at this point now, you can go anywhere and just eat all you want. You can just gorge all you want. So the body is not supposed to work like that. So I would, the test thing, man, and clomiphene that you're on, that's going to be the best possible thing right now. Until you get on testosterone, I haven't seen anything out there naturally that's going to boost up testosterone, like hundreds and hundreds of points. 10 points, 15 points, 20 points. And this could depend on what time of the day that you test your testosterone. So be consistent with that too as well. All right. SSOK Turk, Abraham Hamilton, Jeffrey MVC, Vilarios, what's going on? Knowledge is definitely power all the way. Vic RT, what's going on? Jason, how you doing? Most regular sodas have 49 grams of sugar in them each drink. 1 gram is a teaspoon. That's a lot of sugar. Dan knows that's a lot of sugar, dude. And this can hurt you in different ways too, not just make you fat, but it can hurt you as far as insulin resistance, diabetes type 2, all these different things can come on from eating too much sugar. So please, if you are going to eat sugar or you're going to drink one of these drinks, just do it in moderation. Maybe one a week. Seriously, like one a week tops. And work yourself down from none a week. If you don't drink some that week, you might deserve a better reward as far as eating wise. You can maybe eat some carbohydrates, some pizza or something cool. But, reward yourself in a different way.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Check it out, John.
The guy who sent me my medication told me to eat a high-fat, low-carb diet.
Must be a nutritionist, isn't it?
Is he a nutritionist? Because, at that point, I'm telling you, man. High-fat, low-carb diet. Now, I'm not saying don't eat some fats, right? You should eat macros, and that has protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And this should be a small percentage of your macros. And what I would really do, if you really want to increase things, and you really want to lean up the best you possibly can on what you're doing right now, and I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, but I've helped a lot of people. And I've seen pros train, prep, coaches, gurus. I've seen it all. All right. I've been with these people. I've seen exactly what works. I've tested some of these things on myself. And, what I've seen work the best. High protein, low carb, low fat diet. That's it. You're like, man, I have low fat, low carb, but protein is key. Protein is going to help the muscle. You're going not to go into a catabolic effect if you're not eating too much, and you're going to get the protein you need to build the muscle. It's what the body needs. And with the low fat and low carbohydrate diet, what's going to happen? You're going to start going through the stored fat in your body as you're training. Okay? So this is what I would do in my situation. You can choose whatever you want to do. This is just me giving out some knowledge, and if you want to take it and use it, it's totally on you. It's not a recommendation for you to do. All right, the Flawless Fox Tampa, what's going on? We might be seeing a new nurse practitioner coming to the Titan Medical Center very soon. And guys, you guys have already seen all our great providers, and you know that I only get the best providers out there. So, hopefully we're having new providers out there join us to be able to do new services in-house for you guys. And you guys might see them on a telemedicine visit too as well. So big shout out to the Flawless Fox Tampa. All right. So we talked about the new case study about energy drinks and sugary drinks can cause hair loss in men. So let's get into the next subject. Kyle Richards denies using weight loss drug Ozempic. So, who is Kyle Richards? I don't really know who Kyle Richards was anyway. I looked at it and I said, oh, who's this person? Let me just read up on it. So Kyle Richards is on the Housewife of Beverly Hills, whatever it is. So she's been flaunting a very tiny waist as of late. And people are starting to comment on the pictures and posts that she's doing. And they're accusing her of using Ozempic, which is semaglutide, what we've been talking about, the weight loss injectable therapy. Now, a lot of different athletes, celebrities, regular people have been using Ozempic for weight loss because Ozempic is FDA approved for 2 different things. 1 for type 2 diabetes control and 2 for weight loss. So at that point, it works very efficiently, very effectively. But she's getting the slaps from these different people online. The little trolls are coming out. And you know what? I don't understand. She said, listen, I've never used this drug before. That's fine. I haven't had any plastic surgery except for a breast reduction. That's fine. But really, why is she getting thrown under the bus for using this therapy to lose weight? Why? Anybody else can use the therapy. And some people are going to say, well, there's a shortage because people want to use it for weight loss. Well, listen, guys, there's different medications out there that can help with a number of different things as far as controlling hemoglobin A1C for type 2 diabetics. There's another drug that came out, tirzepatide, which is better than semaglutide for controlling A1C and for weight loss. So we can get semaglutide all day long, right? Compounded, you can get it all day long. Maybe the Ozempic, the commercial brand, it might be a little bit harder to find. But at this point, ours works just as good, and you get double the dose of what you would get from a commercial brand. And instead of $1,200 to $1,500, you're getting it for $550 for a 10-week program. You can't lose on this deal, right? You just can't lose. So I would definitely look into it. So with this chick, she's getting bashed for it, and then it listed Khloe Kardashian because she's the skinniest she's ever been. And she said, well, listen, hard work went into this too as well, so she didn't deny it. She said, I train 5 days a week. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. to train. Listen, if they want to use this therapy or medication to get weight loss, there's nothing wrong with that. It's better than them to use this medication to go in to get a liposuction or, whatever the hell it is, BBLs or whatever. At least they're using the medication for what it's used for. And at that point, they're getting a natural result. I mean, your body is slimming down naturally. It's not like you're taking it out. So I don't think people should, people always want to say, so whether you're getting skinny because you're using Ozempic or semaglutide, or you're getting big. And usually all the guys that are big or in good shape, there's those trolls or people out there, they're using steroids. That's why they look like that. That's not true either. They could be using, I'm not going to say that some of these celebrities and people out there, they're definitely probably using testosterone or other things from anti-aging preventive medicine or somebody else, for sure. Some of these physiques you see, like The Rock or Chris Hemsworth or these guys, trust me, they're doing something. Something's in the blood. Something's going on, right? But, at that point, who cares? They're not hurting anybody. If they're getting prescribed and monitored, that's totally legal and up to them. And I don't think anybody should bash it, because just because you take testosterone doesn't mean you're going to get jacked or look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Chris Hemsworth or The Rock or whoever it is. Now with Ozempic, you're probably going to lose weight. I don't care who you are. You're probably going to lose weight. So it's a little bit different there, right? So at that point, we just need to be honest with ourselves. We shouldn't have to knock people down for them wanting to change their body how they want. We don't get on other people. If they want to change their body, they want to get bigger, they want to get smaller, that's totally up to them. As long as they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting themselves. This is really something that's crazy. And I've heard this story over and over and over for many celebrities. They're getting bashed for using this drug. There's no problem with that. They're not using it for off-label use. They're using it for what it's meant to be used for, which was, like I said, either type 2 diabetes or weight loss management. So it is what it is. See, that's why I'm ready to come to you guys. Thanks for the acknowledgement. You're welcome, man. Listen, we'll help you for sure. When you get 21, we'll make sure we dial it in. Right now, you get by, you just start feeling better in what you're doing, right? I need that or something like it. She'll kill alive. We got you, dude. We got you. We'll make sure we take care of you. Whatever you guys are trying to do, weight loss, to gain lean muscle mass, right? To be better in the bedroom, better mental clarity, overall, better improved quality of life. And that encompasses all the different things that I talked about, right? So we shouldn't get on celebrities for using some of these different things out there, because we can use these different things too. It's not just for them. It's for us too. So don't get mad. Get even. Get the body that you want and put in the hard work. All right. So this Sunday, Festival of Speed in St. Pete. Look at this. I think I got like 50 tickets here. So if you guys are interested or in the area and want to come out to Festival of Speed this Sunday, it's going to be in St. Petersburg at the Vinoy Park. It's going to be a beautiful day. I looked at the weather already. Hopefully it stands up. And at that point, you guys can get a free ticket. You guys, all you have to do is just text a line, right? I'm going to pick at least 10 people if 10 sign in. 10 people if you want free tickets. Just text Festival of Speed ticket, please. That's all you got to put. And I'll give you 10 free tickets. And then I'll have other tickets to give away on Friday too as well with Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew. And hopefully we'll get to see you guys out there. You guys can come out, hang out with us, take pictures, ask us questions, get some free Titan gear, see some awesome cars, because that's gonna be the top cake there. The cars that are gonna be there are gonna be ridiculous, and it's now another record-breaking session as far as for Festival of Speed with over 400 cars, and we're celebrating 60 years of Lamborghini. That's awesome. 60 years of McLaren, 75 years of Porsche, and 75 years of Ferrari. So don't miss out. 11 a.m. is when the doors open to 3 p.m. Sunday, January 22nd, and it's at Vinoy Park. If you guys want the free tickets, get them. If you guys don't, you guys go. It's $20 a person. Children under 12 are for free. So come, hang out with us, talk with us, and have a great time. All right. Next, the poll question. Have you ever heard of GSH or glutathione, also known as glutathione? So 37% of you said no, I've never have. You guys need to pay attention to the newsletter, man, for sure. 23% said no, but I want to learn more. So this is 60% of people not knowing about it, never heard of it. This is crazy, or people that want to learn more. And 40% said, yes, I have. So at least 40% said that. So that's the highest number out of all of them. But combined with the 37 and the 23, I mean, that's 60% of people. You guys need to know what this is. You need to know what glutathione is. For your own health, for you to be able to utilize this tool in the future, it is the best antioxidant out there. It is far between anything out there that I've seen, whether it's vitamin C or these other different antioxidants. This one tops the cake and is the best one. So don't delay. Get yourself in the best possible shape. We're still in January. We still got the rest of this month to go. Let's do it. Kick start yourself to get better for yourself. And we are going to do a Titan Transformation Challenge. I'm going to wait to probably February to do it because I want all these resolution people to either get out, stay in, and at that point, if they have stayed in, they can get on this contest too and really, really get the good results. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. This is another Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. Next week, I will be on the road. So I'll see you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Titan Talk Tuesday. Me, John, CEO.